when I was when Raji was inviting me for the circle call, she also mentioned that we have parents or we have women in general. So it's not like parents or parents of zero. So I was thinking like what topic would I do, and she gave me suggestions on 3 to 4 topics, which all of them were very good. But I felt like this is something that for me as a woman, I thought that this topic that I'm going to share with you was very much needed for me. I was learning it. I've been doing practicing certain money management and attracting money. It's more on the mindset and everything. So I thought, okay, let me share whatever that I've learned and I've been practicing for managing and attracting money. So this whole concept, so we talked about, as Raji was mentioning, wealth is not just about money, it's about your health, your overall energy, everything matters. But I am going to concentrate only on the money for today's topic. We have already spoken about health and energy, but when it comes to money, it's very important about the mindset that we have towards money. Okay, so we started the day very right, so that we are all in aligned in that space where we are able to bring out all of those thoughts that we already have about money. If you don't have the pen and a notebook, I would suggest you to go grab one right away. To few seconds for you guys to just go and grab a pen and a notebook. Yes, so I'm just going to ask you to. Hey, hi, Gayatri. So happy to have you here. So we are going to first talk about what is your awareness or what is your thoughts about money. I want you to write 5 to 7 points. What comes to your mind when you hear about money and people making more money? Okay, when you see a rich person or when you are hearing about a millionaire or a businessman who is making crores and crores, what comes to your mind? Just be open, just be, this is only for you. You're not going to share it. Okay, just go ahead and write down what comes to your mind when you hear about other people who are making millions and millions. What kind of thoughts you have, um, what kind of perspectives you have towards more money. Okay, just write it. Open your heart, open your mind, keep writing. At least 5 to 7 points I want you guys to write. If time permits, you can even go like 10 points. So some people may have these thoughts. I don't want to influence, but let it go for you. That, you know, what comes to your mind when you see rich people? What comes to your mind when there is more money? What kind of emotions you might be having? You might be going through. If you feel yourself as a millionaire, how do you feel, or what kind of impressions you have? Or we can also say like what kind of conditioning that was made for you to believe that what rich people are, or what people with who is money making does. Okay, just go ahead, write that. One more minute. So once you have written this, I'll be asking you to continue with what you have written. So just close your eyes. If you cannot think about any of the sentences, just close your eyes and think about what is your emotions towards rich people? What is your emotions towards people making more money? And what is your emotions about having a large sum of money? Type done in the chat box if you have finished writing. I'm sorry. Are you guys done?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay. So out of this, like, you know, why I ask you to write this is about, it's what you have written in your notebook is more on the conditioning that we have already have been growing up all this while, right? So it may not be your personal experience, but it's something that, so some people think that rich people are greedy, rich people are not doing good enough for the people, like, you know, making money, maybe a lot of money they, if they have made, they might not have done it in a good way, right? If someone is making so much money, maybe there is something wrong that they did, that's why they are able to bag this much of money. So these kind of thoughts might be there in our deep inside of our mind, which is actually stopping us from attracting abundance of wealth. So when it comes to money, we are more conditioned in certain things. Like, some people say that some people have this thought subconsciously that people making more money is doing something bad, and that's why they are making money. So we get afraid of uh, you know attracting that abundance of wealth itself, of money itself. Like, I'm a hard working person. Work hard to get more money. Like that, we get so much conditioned into it. In our affirmations also, you notice one line that said, money comes to me easily and effortlessly, right? But it's very difficult that our mind accepts it, because we have been conditioned to think that we work hard and that's how you get money so hard. You have to work hard, putting your time 24 bar 7 in a place to get money. If you're earning 10,000 a month, and if you are thinking about 1 lakh a month, immediately what your mind goes is like, I need to work so hard, I need to work extra time to get that 1 lakh. But it's not true. It's not true. Money can come flow effortlessly to you. I'll tell you how. Okay, so this is the first thing that you did. Out of the pointers that you have written, I want you to choose top two, which you feel like, if you want to reframe any sentences, you can do it right now. But you pick two things which you feel that is highly conditioned in your mind, that is negative about money and negative about rich people. Pick two. Okay, so all of us have picked two thoughts that is actually running in our mind whenever we say money. But right now we are going to open up that portals of attracting the abundance of wealth. So it's good to clear this energy, because when we visualize ourselves in that thing, when you put the when you replace they or rich people into I. For example, Raji said that money is very hard to earn. So money is very hard to earn for me. Money is very what else did you say? Like, so okay, the one other thing is, but rich people are greedy. When you replace that rich people into I, because I'm going to become that rich person, right? So when I become the rich person, if I replace that rich person into I am greedy, something that doesn't congruent with, aligned with us, right? So let's turn that story, let's change that story. Maybe we do not know, maybe some people might be there, of course. There may be some people who are greedy, some people who are not very much giving. But you know what, the more money that you make is all in the proportions of how much service you do for other people. The more you give, money becomes a byproduct. The more you give in terms of, so for example, even in the big industries and businessmen, they, you know, that how much they give. They work for the welfare of the country, they contribute so much for the societal improvement and so many things. What we see them from the outer perspective doesn't matter, we don't look into that. But when I become rich, I be of service. That is one affirmation that every one of us must take. If money comes to me, if money goes to bad people, we know that bad things are going to happen. But if money comes to me, I promise to be good, and I make sure that I will do good for my people around me. I do good for the society. I'll uplift my society. In that case, if I am good, I will be good. So that is one thing that I'm true to myself. So I am good. I'm going to do good to the people around me. And if I have more money, I will be uplifting a lot of people around me. In that case, I deserve to have more money. I deserve to be rich. I deserve to welcome that abundance in my life. I deserve to make more money, right? So be that person, bring yourself into that person. I'm a kind person, so whatever negative talks you have about money, just change the story to yourself. That, if, for example, if you feel that it's very hard to earn, the affirmation that you need to write for yourself is, money flows to me naturally and effortlessly. If you feel that you have the thought that money makes you greedy, you may have this thought for other people, third person, but it's actually stopping you from going into the direction, because you are subconsciously afraid that what if I become rich and because of that I become greedy? What if I become rich, I'm not giving? So those kind of thoughts would be there in the subconscious mind. So start to affirm yourself that you are going to be of that service, and money just becomes a byproduct of it. Are you guys clear about this? Yeah. Yes. So the next question I want to ask you is that imagine yourself that you have more money in your bank account, which is just flowing here and there. You don't have time to even calculate your expenses, or you don't have time to calculate your incomes. In that case, if you are abundant already, what would you do? Just be open and write down what are all the things you will be doing when you have more money in your hand, and what are all the things that you will just love to do. Write that down, open your heart. It could be something like whatever you do. Okay, I don't want to influence you with my thought process, but just keep writing. Imagine yourself, visualize yourself as a person who is abundant wealth. Yes. So you imagine yourself that you are in a place of abundance. You already attract, you every month you're earning in crores and crores of, okay, crores and crores of money revenue is coming out to you. And what are all the things that you will be doing with that income? Or what you will do when you are become the millionaire, when you are the millionaire? What's your future self of, what is your future self when you are a rich person already? Where you will spend money, and where you will save or invest, what kind of expenses you may have. Done? Are you guys done?
Yes.
Yes, it needs to be a balance. Like everything has to be in that balance. Sometimes what happens, we just keep thinking about everything. Sometimes we think that, okay, I'm getting a big sari for my mom. That's giving me happiness, of course, yes. But what is in for you? What are you going to invest for yourself? It could be something like you are investing your favorite thing that you have never got all these while, some country that you wanted to visit but you have never had the chance, or something that you're doing completely for yourself, only for yourself. What happens when you're writing, uh, maybe 10 to 20% may become true, but when you're sharing, there are chances that it becomes 80% true. So go ahead. What are you going to do in that, like, where you have money, so you're
Hmm.
going to give away that money to your immediate. I would suggest you, maybe in a different way, you can give your knowledge instead. You don't have to give your money to do that. You can give your knowledge on, that way they can attract more people, and they can make impact in other people. But what happens when you are just giving money, they are just going to do the materialistic things. You cannot make sure that those people are going to help other people. We don't know, we don't have the control of others, right? So we
Right.
don't have the control of others, how they use that money. We don't know whether they will give service or they will do them for themselves. We don't have control towards that. So if you feel that you want to create this kind of abundance in others and all of those things, I would suggest you, if you are not a coach already, but if you are a coach, it's fine. You can give your knowledge, just like how Raji is doing, how I am doing. And you can give your knowledge to others. They can take up those ideas and they can impact other people. All of those things becomes a circle. The dots gets connected and it just becomes a circle, right? But
Yeah.
that's a beautiful thought you have, that you want to give, because immediate family, immediate friends, um, they might be already in the abundant state. We don't know, and we don't have any control over them, like how they will use the money. Yeah,
Hmm. True.
but it's your call. It feels so good, right? Whenever you just having the thought of being rich gives me so much happiness, and just open up my mind, open up my thoughts of where I go and spend, right? I want you guys to take this away with you, because our mind is currently based on the current situations. Our mind is completely conditioned on, this is what I can buy, this is what I can do, this is where I can go. It's very much conditioned because of the realities that is there, right? But when you actually work with your mind, you can bend this reality by opening up that portals for you. The threshold limit we want to stretch and go beyond. One of my mentors, she conducted a 21-day challenge. I'm just going to give you a gist of how this challenge works. Maybe you guys can take it up and do it. Because when I practiced that, I got really, really, the mind threshold got, um, you know, elasticized, I would say. Like it just went big. It's not going back to that mindset which I was having earlier. We do in that is, our mentor, she gave us 21 days challenge in which every day it was like, so initially the setup was like this, like, just the mindset of having a little guided meditation we did, wherein we are in the God's place, where God is actually giving us an account. He's opening us a bank account. It's a divine bank account that the God has opened for us. Every day God is going to credit some amount into that bank account, and there are some rules to be applied for that. For the first, every day, whatever amount got deposited in the divine account, we have to finish it within that day itself. Morning 9 o'clock, the amount will be credited to the divine account, and by evening 9 o'clock we should be completing it, we should be spending it. Okay, we have to spend it. And another rule is that we can spend it only for ourselves. If you want to do any, if you want to take someone out, or if you want to go on a vacation or giving some experiences, you should be a part of that as well. Otherwise it is not allowed. It's like you cannot give to your child, you cannot buy anything for your child, buy anything for your spouse, your parents, nothing. Either you can buy for yourself. Otherwise, if you want to take your parents, your in-laws, your spouse, your child, all of them together for an experience, you should be a part of it. You cannot sponsor for that. Okay, all of these things are virtual. It's not going to be real money. But these are the two rules. Okay, every day we have to make sure that even though it's not a real money, if it is something that is affordable, if something that we can buy, we can go ahead and buy something for ourselves with that particular amount. Some things we cannot buy, but we have to visualize ourselves getting it, or writing journal, whatever modes that we feel is more connecting with us, we can do that particular thing. For example, first day, 1,000 rupees gets credited into your divine account. That image will come. 1,000 rupees divine account credited. So you have time 9 p.m. to spend that 1,000 rupees off. That you can spend only for yourself. Okay, so this 1,000 rupees, you can buy anything for yourself. You can even one step ahead, what you can do is, what is that thing you want to spend the 1,000 rupees for? You can take a picture and make a scrapbook kind of thing. Take a picture and put it there. What I did was, I was taking screenshots, I was maintaining a virtual journal. I was just having a Word document. Day one, rupees 1,000. I put the images of what things I bought for myself. So I actually bought two books in that 1,000 rupees. Like, I did not go and buy really, but that was something that I wanted to do. The first day 1,000 rupees, second day 2,000 rupees, third day 5,000 rupees, and then it went to 10,000. There is a threshold that we all of us will go and hit, I would say. We all go and hit, and it differs from person to person. For some people, spending that 10,000 rupees in one day for myself becomes very difficult, because we are going crossing the limits that we are usually doing. For some people, it will just go on and on until they hit one point, like maybe 50,000 a day or 1 lakh a day, and it will go up to 1 crore. Okay, 1 lakh a day or 2 lakhs a day. And for me, when I was doing the first day itself, the 1,000 rupees, I was thinking like, what do I buy for myself? It took so much time for me to bring out that idea of what I will buy for me, because all these while I have been buying for my daughters so happily. Whenever opening Amazon, order books, order puzzles, as Gayatri was mentioning, everything just goes, no thinking at all. When it comes for me, every single day was challenge. I used to think like 9 o'clock it will come, till 6 o'clock I just used to be thinking like, what do I purchase for me, what do I do for me? And what happened during that challenge was that earlier, just 1 or 2 years back, the things which I have seen, maybe I would have wished for, but I would have seen the price tag, I would not have felt like, oh, this is a big amount, those kind of things. So the emotions of that particular object have been in the mind, like, that's so expensive, that's so expensive. But when I was in this challenge, I went into those kind of objects and I was thinking it was very cheap, because I had the threshold, I had the amount which I had to spend. For example, one of the examples which I say was the Lord Krishna idol. There is one idol, Lord Krishna and Radha together, that they keep in the brass idol that people keep in houses, right? I really loved that. From 2 3 years ago, I have seen it in one of the YouTube channels, and I really loved that. And I was telling my husband that time that when we get a big house, we will get the idol like this, like big ones like this. So that time, one of the shops I went, I was seeing that idol that time when I was up 2019 or 2020. I saw that idol. I went and looked at the price tag. I don't remember the price now, but I know it was expensive. That was the emotion that when I looked at the price tag, it hit me hard. Like, oh my God, this much expensive. That's all. I don't remember the numbers exactly, but that time, at that point of time, it looked very, very expensive. So when I was having a 2 lakh budget on that divine account, 2 lakh account, divine account, I did not know what to spend, because all these days I'm struggling so hard. I bought dress, I bought gold thing, I bought diamond thing, all of those things. Now I got 2 lakhs. I thought, yeah, that brass idol, no, that was very expensive. I think that should be definitely 2 lakhs. And I went and checked on the Google, and it was available from 50,000 rupees. 50,000, 75,000, 1 lakh maximum, not 2 lakhs. That time it felt so cheap. No, I have 2 lakh in hand. I felt like I've been having 2 lakh in hand. What looked as expensive looked something affordable, right? So similarly, a vacation to Maldives felt like something so expensive, something so luxurious, right? But when I was having that budget of 3 lakhs, I went and searched for the hotel, which is the costliest hotel, which is the expensive overwater villa, 2 nights overwater villa, 3 nights overwater villa, to match that amount in my account. And that was so good. I took the screenshot. You know what? This did we did this around June month, or yeah, June or May this year, and we are actually going to Maldives in February. We just booked our tickets just yesterday. We booked our tickets. I think it will go up to 3 lakhs, maybe. I'm not very sure. My husband is sponsoring it, by the way. But it actually become true. So I felt like it was so good, because the things which I felt very, very expensive, the experiences I felt like very, very expensive, that is all in the mind only. I don't have the 10 lakh rupee to buy a particular thing. There were still things which I felt like, okay, BMW or Benz. I were like, and my threshold was 10. My divine account had 10 lakhs, but BMW doesn't come for 10 lakhs. It's still expensive. I thought like, okay, when I get 50 lakhs or 70 lakhs in my divine account, I'll buy this. I'll take the screenshot of this. And you know what happened in that 21 days challenge? My mind opened up. I could see things beyond what I'm actually doing right now. It actually kindled my money energy so much that I work hard to whatever things I really want to attract. I'm working hard. It's not like working hard 24/7. I actually work smart. I was thinking about what I have to do, or what I can do to attract these things, or what I can, how I can be that person who is effortlessly attracting these things, that becomes a byproduct of my service. So I am a coach, so I do my work. Some days it will be good, some months it will be very, very bad. When it comes to money, it's not always on this line or always on this. We always have that ups and downs and ups and downs. Dreaming is always there, one side. We should never stop dreaming. We should aim high, look for our things high. At the same time, we got to manage our money in effective way. It's is it tough to make money or manage money? What is very tough? Making money is very, very tough, right? If making money is very tough, managing money is not that much tough, right? It's just we have to learn it properly, because money comes, money goes, money comes, money goes, money comes, money goes. You cannot stock it. There is one beautiful example that is there. Treat money like a petrol. It's no use that you are, while we dream, while we aspire to have so much and all of that, we also have to remember this fact that money is like petrol. You cannot save tanks and tanks of petrol, right? You can save tanks and tanks of water, maybe that also gets spoiled only after a while. Like, if you are running a car, what you need to run that car, you should need some petrol. There is no matter whether you have it in tanks and tanks which is stored somewhere else, but you don't have petrol to run the car today. This one thing was a bulb on for me, which actually made me come back from Dubai. you know there is money that was, when I was in Dubai last year, when we were living there, the lifestyle was good, everything was good, but something was lacking, which is like, the time for ourselves within the family, time that we are spending with my husband and child itself was very difficult. And the money that we spend, every month we spend, send money to Indian bank account was just getting raised. But when actual living in Dubai was very difficult. So when I was hearing about this petrol strategy, when I was reading about this, I was able to relate completely. There is no, doesn't matter whether you are saving tanks and tanks of petrols which cannot be used right now to run your car. So make sure that you have the balance. You don't have to have a tanks and tanks of petrol. All you need is to fill your car. Your car petrol tank is filled. That's fine. That's enough. Yeah, so let's aim that same for our money threshold also, that to run our life, whatever is needed, that is more than enough. Other things can go here and there, go to service, go to investments, whatever. I mean, not in the investments in the sense, which is having the return on investment. It's like something that you can give them experiences for our friends, family, and all of that, right? So I'm going to teach you one powerful money management system which I learned, which I'm also implementing. I'll take 5 to 10 minutes to explain you this just to give the gist of this. Okay, so there is something called as jar system, which was coined by T. Harvaker. He is one of the he's very famous for this millionaire mind intensive, is something that happens in India, in Chennai especially. It's a very, very powerful session. If you can go and attend it, it would be very nice. It will be changing, altering all your brain waves. So there is something called as jar system, wherein every month, whatever money you are getting right now, whether it's 1,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees or 1 lakh rupee, whatever revenue that you are having or whatever money that you are getting, some people, they do not go out for work and get revenue, but some money they would get, right, from different people or from themselves. 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, whatever money you have, it doesn't matter. But if you are following this 5 jar system where you are allocating your money in all of these things, this is going to give you an amazing money management, and it's going to help you throughout. The first jar is called as the necessity jar, which you will be using for daily expenses and all of that. 55% of your monthly income must go to this necessity jar, which means that your daily expenses, your everyday expenses, all of these things can be done within that 55%. if you feel that your necessities are going beyond 55%, it means that you need to minimalize, you need to cut down something. You need to live a minimalistic lifestyle. Maybe you are spending too much on things that doesn't that you doesn't need. There are sometimes we go and buy clothes, hoard clothes so much, buy, and when it comes to actual wearing, we feel like, oh, I don't have any dress at all, right? So 55% of your income can go to your necessities, including your groceries, your electricity bills, your everyday bills, and all of these things. 55% of your income. Okay, for example, if you are earning 1 lakh rupee, then 55%, 55,000 can be your necessity. If you are earning 10,000 rupees, it is 55% of your. I know not, most of us doesn't have the 10,000 income, thankfully, but if it is the case, obviously your lifestyle will also be in that range, wherein 55% can go to your necessity. 10% goes to your investments jar. The second jar is the investment jar, wherein 10% of your income can go to the investment jar. Now, this investment could be something that you feel good. Like, you can actually, it is not like you have to empty that jar. It's actually good to have a growing investment jar, which you are just allocating that money, 10% of that into the investment jar, where you are not spending every month, but you can actually saving, wherein sometimes you get to see a gold jewelry you want to buy, you can take from that investment jar. Or if you want to invest in a stock market, and if you want to take, you can take from the investment jar. Or if you want to have some real estate, you can have that investment jar to give you that money. Okay, but this 10% you never do any kind of spends in that. You don't use it for buying anything, you just keep it for investments. Either you invest every month, or you invest after saving something. Okay, but you're not spending it. That is one thing. The next jar, the third jar, is something called as savings for future spending. It could be something for your child's education, it could be something for your vacation that you want to plan, or it's something that the car you want to buy, a big TV that you want to buy, a fridge that you want to buy, anything that you want to buy in the near future. That you can have it in the savings for later spending. That jar, 10%. 10% of your money goes to that jar every month. That also you won't spending it right now, but you are saving that for the future. Number 4 is the is a education jar. This jar, 10% of your money goes to your education jar, where you maybe you learn some skill, because this is an ever changing world. If you are not learning, you're just stagnant, you're not going to raise. If you are constantly updating yourself in whatever career you are, or whatever business you do, whether you are whatever profession that you are in, you got to update your skills. Put 10% in that jar, so that when it comes for your education, you can spend so happily without any guilt, or without any kind of negative. While spending, how do we spend, that is also matter. I'll tell you this at last. Okay. The number 5 jar is the play jar. This is the most favorite for people. It's 10% play jar. This is where you spend wholeheartedly for yourself. Like, you are spending your play jar. For example, this was one of the examples that they mentioned. If you're going to a spa, okay, you may be feeling like, okay, I'm going to have a full body spa with all my super massage done. I'm going to do that, do this. Going on the price tag, you'll be like, what? Oh my God, 1 hour. Okay, maybe not the full body, maybe half body. Let's see, half body, 1 hour, how much? It's still a big shock. No. Then go to the next one, 20 minutes maybe. Yeah, 15 minutes foot massage. Yeah, that is coming under my budget. Let me go to the 15 minutes. Instead of the half a day massage, full body massage, you're going to the foot massage, right? But when you have the play jar filled with you, 10%, you have the 10% of the money, all the money you have, you go to the massage, you don't look at the price tag at all. You never look at the price tag. You'll be like, I have the jar, 10% jar I have. All this money, what all come? Two girls come this side, two boys come this side, everybody do this head massage, one person do leg massage, one person do hip massage, one person do the whole milk abhishekam and all you do. So that kind of thing you will be having if you have that play jar. You spend guilt free that 10% of the money. And one important rule for this play jar is that you got to finish the 10% play jar every month on month basis. I told you, right? Whenever we are earning, we are always focusing on this saving. Our mind is always on the focusing, but our heart is going somewhere else. That is why you feel like, okay, this month my salary comes, I'm going to save it, I'm going to put it in my savings, I'm going to put it in my savings. You put it in the savings, and when you go to the mall, you see your inner child popped up. And I want that, I want this, I want. You mindlessly go and shop. Most of our money, how it goes out, is because of the mindlessness. We go and shop like you have never seen a dress shop before, right? Because your mind is so much conditioned on saving, investment. Your mind, you are not giving enough space for the mind to go and play or use it for yourself. So what happens when you, but your heart needs that. When you see a dress shop, you don't even see whether you need this or not. You are just getting it, right? So when you have this jar system in place, you get to know, okay, this is what I want. I have 10% play jar, I'm going to complete this for month. 1 month you will be like, because if you are starting it for the very first few new time, you will be like, I want to do. You will be having if you have 10% of your jar, you, it feels so big, right? 10%, if you just calculate your monthly income into 10%, whatever your in revenue is, it still feels so big, that number. When you are at least looking, actual shopping is different, that's fine, that's different. But when you're actually looking, it's bigger. But first month, second month, third month, you will be like finishing all your inner cravings. You will be done, I'll be going this, I'll be getting myself a suit, I'm going to get this dress, I'm going to get this handbag, I'm going to get this chappals and all of that. After 3 months, you will start to think like, what do I do every month? Play jar 10%, what I will do. Still you got, you then only your inner subconscious mind and all will get opened up. You got to see with this is what all of, you will start to uh, you know filling that petrol in your car, so that you are happily moving, happily investing, happily spending, happily giving away for the necessities. Yeah. And the last jar is very important, is the 5% of your money goes to charity. Any charity that you feel more aligned with, whatever charity, whether it's food. For me, it's like food and education. That is what I contribute more. I contribute more for education and for food, people to food. So those two things are something that is so much connected to me. Similarly for you, what is something that is connecting to you? Some people love animals. In that case, they give for pets or for zoos to, they adopt a pet also, like that, likewise. So whichever you feel is more connected with you, 5% of your money every month goes to charity. It can also be a spiritual offering that you are donating for the temples. It could be anything, right? So this is, so I'll repeat it again, the jar system. The necessity jars is 55% of your income. 10% goes to your education jar, 10% goes to your investment jar, which you never touch for spending. The another 10% is for you to spend later. And this jar helped us to manifest the Maldives vacation that we are going, this later spending. Every month 10%, put it. We were able to manifest that. We manifested that and we worked towards that. So every time when you manifest it, you have something in your mind hit you, you will see that the universe is bending its way to bring you that road map to go there for sure. And the next one is 10% in your play jar, which you are guilt free spending every month should be that that jar, only that jar will be emptied every month. 5% goes to your charity, that also every month empty that jar. If don't save, just 5%, wherever you feel you can go and give, just happily give it, right? So this jar system is a very very powerful system, which is a very simple and easiest money management system, which I've been also practicing right after I've learned it. And there are also many people following it. If you can sit today, maybe with your partner also, to figure out what is the amount that we have, are we spending, like, so that it is just life gets more balanced, and you know where um, it really helps a lot in uplifting ourselves. This is one thing. And the last point I wanted to mention is that when you are spending money, how do you spend that money is also matters. Everything is an energy, right? So everything is an energy. Whenever you are giving 1 rupee out, what is that internal thoughts or internal energy that you are having is going to have a multifold effects. For example, when you are paying for something like which you felt like it's only this much, but it goes beyond your budget, and you feel like, oh my god, I need to spend 20,000 for this. Okay, anyway, I want to get this. Okay, 10,000, but still you have this feeling of, oh, yo, I spent 20,000 for this. Oh, I spent for 20. That is the energy you are putting in that money, right? So what I would suggest is, whenever you are giving even 1 rupee out, it's a Japanese methodology, this one I'm teaching you. Whenever you are giving even 1 rupee out, if you say thank you to that money with a smile, thank you for being with me all this while. When you come back with your brothers and sisters. When you give that like that, it actually works. You are spending that positive energy out to the world through your money, and just let it go. And when you say thank you, you feel grateful for the money that you are spending right now. And you just have the thought that when it comes back, it will come back with its brothers, sisters, and all the family members. I will make good care of you. If that relationship we can have with our money, it's going to be amazing. It's all the energy that we are putting in. When I was actually this Maldives trip, for example, when we were looking at the budget that we set was completely it's getting doubled right now with all the we are going during the Valentine week. Our wedding anniversary, fortunately or unfortunately, came at that time. So everything is very costly. So I was at one point I was like, no, Surya, this much amount we can go two international vacations. So, but then I felt like, okay, we should not have this kind of energy when we are putting that money. So I'm just waiting, still haven't paid. I just booked. I just need to get that energy back in place to give that happily. Have you ever has this ever happened to you when you are putting that negative energy, or I'm going in this train, will this be good? And at that time, definitely the train will be on some kind of negative experiences we will get, right? So when we have that positive experience, we are going to get that positive experience. So whenever you are spending even 10 rupees on a shop, have a smile on your face. Sometimes it may feel like, oh my god, this one for 500 rupees, this comes for only 50 rupees in near my shop. Happily spend it. Okay, when you're giving it out happily, that's what I always, what you appreciates you. Just have that as a life. Maybe in the initial times it's very artificial, or sometimes it just doesn't feel so heartful. That's why you need to write that gratitude, read out that affirmations, tell those affirmations to yourself, so that your mind is getting tuned to this nature. Okay, it needs a little bit practice. As Raji was mentioning, one of the affirmations, they said like 21 days you listen to this audio, right? So do that. Talk to yourself, say that affirmations multiple times. Money comes to me, flows to me naturally and effortlessly. I'm abundant in nature. I get endless opportunities. All of these things, when you do the affirmations, when you say out, read aloud those affirmations, or say those affirmations aloud out, you are actually tuning your subconscious mind, which is going to help you put your wishes to the universe. I asked you guys to write what you will do if you are the millionaire. You wrote so many things, right? Those are the things you have just put out into the universe. You have already done that. Now just take it, keep it in your cupboard and leave it there. And you just keep affirmations or goals or whatever, and you will see that the universe is going to bring it back to you. Bring all the things you wished for is going to become true. It's all in the positive thoughts that you have. The thoughts on blend, the thoughts that we are putting into the universe will be attracted to you when you have that grateful heart. When you feel great, while you have the goals, I always tell in my community to write goals every day, 10 goals at least. 10 goals every day. Please write in all the areas of your day, like, relationships, health, wealth, everything. Write 10 goals, at least 10 goals. I write 20 goals, but I'm just started to tell my community members at least 10 goals, write every day. And end your day with at least 5 gratitude. When you are writing goals, you are putting out that energy to the universe. I want this, I need to have this, I have this, I have this. Okay. But when you are writing the gratitude, you are seeing what you already have. You're feeling so grateful to whatever you already have. When you start to appreciate the things that you already have right now, what is happening is that emotions, that heart is going to give you that centrifugal force. So what is that? Some physics, a scientific thing is also there, that is going to attract, that magnetism is going to create it. And those things are going to attract, just like how a magnet attracts that iron, right? So similarly, those things gets attracted to you by your heart. So it's a mind combinations. Yeah, with that, I think that's it. I hope you guys had too much of things. Huh? Is it okay? Okay.